Hi, Linda here from Narrow Key Pianos with 5 ways to enhance your Athena playing experience. Stay tuned. Number 1, Athena comes with built-in string resonance to make it sound just like a grand piano. And I'll show you what I mean. If I push these 3 keys down really slowly and softly, they've made no sound. So I'm playing a D major chord. I just pushed down D, F sharp, and A. Now, if you do this on an acoustic piano and you play a D major chord really loud but below, can you hear that? Can you hear those? Let me do it again. These notes are ringing. And that is natural on an acoustic piano because it has strings and the strings resonate. Well, it's in the software in Athena to just have that string resonance, which gives it a warm sound. Number 2, we're going to make it sound even more like a grand piano. Here's how you do it. I'm just going to zoom in. And if I push the shift key right here, holding it down, I'm going to push function. And up, it says, on mine, it says function keyboard. It may say something else on yours because there's various levels and screens that it can go through. But I'm going to keep pushing this function key until it says, oops, I missed it. I'll do it again. Until it says function effect. And right here it says GFX type, GFX 1 master level. And I am going to go down right to here, the GFX 1R1 cent. And I'll show you what that, I don't know what all the GFX, well, it's FX, a grand effects. Are you ready for that? I'm going to push these arrows over here. I'm pushing it until this one's highlighted. And right now it says 0. And I'm going to move it up to, well, before I do, I'm going to just play a chord. Here we go. That's a nice sound. But what if I wanted the resonance of a hall? Well, I'm going to move it up. I'm just dialing my dial here up to, I don't know, 40, 43, 44. Are you ready? It gives a bigger resonance. And I love comparing the sounds next to my grand piano. And I have found the if I choose real hall, so right there it says real hall, and I can, with the arrows, move it back up, and I can choose basic hall, ballad hall, light hall. There is so many. You can play with this to your heart's content and make the sound. I happen to like real hall and 44, and that kind of matches in my music room the sound of the grand piano and the Athena. So that's number 2, is to create that lovely resonance. Number 3, we've been asked a bit about changing the volume of the metronome. Some people like it really loud, some people like it really soft. That is easy to do. Again, we're going to push the shift key, and over here it says mixer, and that gets us right away into the mixer screen. You can do that with the function, just keep pushing function, but that mixer button, bingo, you're right there. So we're on the mixer screen. I am going to arrow down, keep arrowing down till I see metronome volume. I'm going to just move that up into the middle here. There we go. So right there, it says metronome, and it says 100. So if I have my metronome on, which is right here, if I turn that number down, turn it down to, oh, I don't know. There we go, 32. Metronome is very quiet. Let's turn it up to 60. 68. 120. So you can change your metronome volume. Now, if I have it there, so that's the volume of my talking loud over the metronome volume here. Let's turn the metronome volume down, and the piano is still loud. So all you're doing, get rid of that, is changing the metronome volume. All right, number 4. Say you have changed the settings. You like German piano 1 and you like that real hall with a resonance of 43, and as soon as you turn off your keyboard, it resets to the factory. What if you want to save your settings? There is a way to do that. I'll zoom in. All right, over here it says store, and then it has these M1, M2, M3, M4. Those buttons can memorize your settings. And so if I push, well, right now I've set my metronome volume at 78, and I set that lovely string resonance up that I like. So I am just going to push bank. So there we go, M3. You can see it's now nice and red. Now when I turn my piano off, and then turn it back on again, it's back to the factory setting. But if I push M3, there's my nice string resonance. All right, one more thing, number 5. This is really important. We've had a few of you email us saying that, Linda, the black keys seem softer than the white keys. And they're actually not. They're the same velocity curve. But why would that be? Why would they feel that way? If you're playing a D major chord, and I've got a nice flat third finger and it's reaching way to the end of that chord, and these notes are way out here, well, this is easier to push down. This is harder to push down because on a keyboard, the pivot point is right here. It's not like that on a grand piano. It's further out. It's a different feeling. Keyboards, that's heavier. If we take our large hand technique, which is generally a flatter hand, when we have a flatter hand, we can reach farther. We're used to just maximizing that. Relax your whole hand. Don't just take the outside octave and just bring that in. I want those fingers, the middle fingers, also to come in. So when you play that D major chord, if you play it D, F sharp right at the end, and A, you will have a much easier job balancing that black note than if you have your third finger straight like we're used to from playing with small hands on big keys, and it's harder to push down. Now, we have done some things to mitigate it so that it's not as hard as most digital keyboards. We have fixed a few things. I'm not going to go into the details, but we have. But you can make it even better by simply curving all your fingers. Create that lovely shock absorber that all large hands have. So that's just a little tip for playing with the pivot point on a digital keyboard. I hope these have helped. I hope these enhance your Athena experience, and keep writing us with more of what's working for you and what you'd like to see in the next videos.